Hey everyone, we haven't talked in a long time, so I felt like it was time to do a video. I said at the first of the year we were going to start doing some meditation videos, and of course we have started the classes here at the gym. So they started, I guess last week when we came back from the holidays. Those are going really great, but it's time for me to start doing that on video for all of y'all to participate in if you'd like to. So today I'm just gonna go over some of what explaining what meditation is, kind of the philosophy behind it, what you can get out of it, that kind of stuff. So and this might be repetitive, some of you might already know this, but there's a lot of people that really don't. They don't really get the concept of why they need to do this, why this is important. So, and I didn't for a long time. Most of you are probably saying, I cannot do that. Like, I cannot meditate. Like, my mind does not shut down. And this is for you. That was me. Still is me. I'm a very energetic, going, moving. My mind's always thinking of different things and wanting to do this and wanting to do that. And so that's just very natural for a lot of us. And so the beginning of this, that's why I really want to talk about this, because our thoughts are mostly unconscious. Like, we're thinking about all kinds of things, and you're not really consciously aware of what you're thinking about. And it's kind of like when you're driving in the car and you're going to Jackson or whatever, and you're driving and you're already in South Jackson and you don't even remember getting there, So, I mean, you just kind of zoned out. You just kind of went, and just went to another place, and you don't even remember. You're thinking, was I driving the speed limit? Did I stop at stop signs? Did I, whatever. That's kind of a little bit of what meditation is. You kind of get in that zone, and you're kind of you are very aware of what is going on around you when you are meditating. I should say, probably when you're like that, you're more unconsciously, you're kind of not really thinking, you're not steering your mind to be very thoughtful, mindful about what you're thinking. Let's put it that way. So your thoughts that are just going all day long, and our thoughts steer us in crazy directions. I mean, they really do. Like, you know how you can get on something and like, it can be something kind of minor, but you are like, your mind is just like nagging at you. And then by the end of the day, you're like ticked off. You are like, you have blown this thing up. Your mind has carried it to such a level, and it's just, it's if you do not learn to consciously control your mind, it will get out of hand. It's the way I explain it is like a really bad inner child. Like, it's your little inner child that's just constantly nap at you. And it's just always talking. It's always saying, and it goes to thing. Like, it'll go from this to what am I going to eat for lunch to I need to do this to man, that person irritates me. I mean, it's just constantly jumping and going. And so that's what we're trying to get you to understand, is that when you start directing your mind to be more conscious about what it thinks, it makes life a whole lot more peaceful, calm. You're more happy, joyful. it really does make a huge difference in just slowing down, really taking that mind, really getting centered, being very mindful about what your thoughts are, directing your mind to think like you want it to think. So it's your little inner child that you're saying, we're not going to do that, we're going to do this. I don't know why my light will not stay on, but it does not like to stay on, so I guess we'll just keep doing that all the time. So I got to get me a new light. So it's about being more conscious, being more mindful. So that's why I really wanted to do this little introduction before we started doing some of the practices, because I really wanted you to understand where we're trying to go with this, what the purpose is, what can you get out of this. And I've done several other videos that were talking about surrendering your control and doing this, and how we just let things build up and we stuff emotions down and we do this and we do that. And this is a way, because in several of those videos I talked about meditation as a way to help you resurface some of that and understand what those emotions are and understand how to deal with them. Meditation is a great tool in order to do that. So that's why I felt like this video was really important to talk about and do. So we're talking about being very conscious of what you're thinking. And I know you think, well, I'm conscious about what I think. I know what I'm thinking. I'm in control. You're really not. I would say probably 90% of your thoughts during the day are just unconscious thoughts. They're just random things that you're thinking about. And it's just a process of the mind. Your mind, I'm just going to leave it off, guys, because it's going to do that the whole time, I guess. So it's going to be dark. So it's just, your mind your mind just letting itself go and think it's just thinking whatever it wants to think. So we really want to be mindful. We really want that thought process to be very conscious. And that's important because it helps center you for the day. It helps get your mind in line for what you want to achieve for the day. So doing meditation a lot of times first thing in the morning, even before you get out of bed. It doesn't have to be a long, big, drawn out process. It can be just 5 minutes, at the most. And it's just really centering your thoughts, really getting centered in what you want your thoughts to be that day, the direction you want your day to go. And it's also, we need to really talk about meditation in that a lot of people say, well, I pray, and I do too, but praying is you talking. That's your mind talking, and that is important. That's very important. But we, most of the time, don't take the time to listen. So when you're praying, you're asking for intercession, you're asking for things, you're spilling it out, and you probably are saying how grateful you are and different things like that, and how you're praying for your family and different things. But I just think a key component to that is that we have to stop and listen as well. So we're talking, which is our mind likes to do that, but then stop. If we never stop, like a lot of times we ask for things from God, and the Bible says to ask. Well, we ask for things, but how do we really know we're getting an answer? Because our mind's always going, and we're never really stopping to listen, to receive those answers, or to receive that intuition that God gives us to know that he's answering us. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why this is so important, because I know there's lots of you out there that are prayers, that do pray, and you're very religious about it. You're very good at it. You're good at studying. You're good at doing all of that. But this is just that component that helps you be able to receive. You're giving and you're asking and you're doing, and that mind is working, but you got to slow that mind and you got to be still and be in a very conscious state of mind, receive what God has to tell you. You're asking for a lot of intercession, you're asking for guidance, you're asking for help, but how do you get it? How do you receive it? You receive it by stopping, getting very centered, in a very meditative state, and trying to still those thoughts as much as you can and receive those messages, receive that intuition, receive that feeling. That's what I'm saying. It opens the door for you to be able to be spiritually minded, to receive a lot of those spiritual gifts that God gives us. That's a gift, to be able to have intuition, to have a feeling, to have a knowing, those types of things. And I think that's what we're supposed to do. So I think we just leave a crucial part of it out, and I just know from talking to people, they're just like, I can't do that. I can't stop my mind. I can't slow down, and I really think that this would help so many people. Those suffering from anxiety, just a lot of people that are just go, go, go all the time. Their jobs are very busy. They're always having to go. I mean, I have learned to, in the car, cut off the radio. Like, it takes me 15 minutes to get to work, 15 minutes home. In the morning here, which is really very early in the morning, but I just cut the radio off, and I just absorb everything. So the sights and the sounds and the whatever around me, it's just without that music going on. Because music is just a distraction. It just, your mind's just, you're singing to the song or you're thinking about something else. So at least if you have that off, you don't have that distraction, but you're able to just kind of take things in, kind of calm. It sets your day. In the afternoon, I do the same thing on the way home, because my day is always busy. There's so many people in and out of here. I'm talking to so many different people. We're training, we're going, we're doing. So during the day, I have very little time for my mind to slow down. So when I'm heading home, that's the time that I take to really slow down, reflect on the day, and just have some time. If there's something that needs to come to me, it gives me time to be able to absorb that and reflect on that. So I do at least take that for sure, which I do more than that, but I mean, that's even something to start with. So we talked about just, helping, because, we talk about what is it really good for? What is meditation really good for? And it's good for just calming, just being calmer. It will allow you will be shocked at how much happier you are, joyful. I call it joy. Happiness to me is external. It's things that happen and makes us happy. Somebody brings you a loaded tea. Somebody mentioned that this morning. Makes them happy. Whatever. Joy comes from within. Joy is not external. Joy comes from within. So for me, I feel like meditation really brings you a sense of joy. It brings you a sense of calm. Just being more steady in your life. More direction. Like I said, it helps with anxiety. I think it can help with blood pressure. I think it can help all this things, because it's just more of a relaxing, meditative state, basically. So And meditation is, I want to say that I'm kind of referring to my notes just to make sure I hit everything. It's contemplation, it's reflection, but you're doing it in a conscious state. So you're not stopping. Let's rephrase that. You're trying to slow down the unconscious thoughts and allow your mind to be more conscious of what you're thinking, more conscious of your senses. So that's why I do that in the car, because it helps me not have the radio on and music and all of that. So I'm more aware of sounds, of what I see, what I hear, what I feel, what I think, because we all, it's kind of like that, just that intuition. We all have that gut feeling. God talks to us through our gut, through that instinctive feeling, a knowing. A lot of us just feel like we know something, just instinctively know something, especially like about your kids. A lot of mothers have just an instinctive thing within us. And that's what we're talking about. This helps really fine tune those senses. It really makes it a lot easier for you to be in touch with things that you feel, just intuition, things that you feel about people. You'll have that thing about somebody, maybe you're just not, that's your intuition talking to you. You need to listen to that intuition. It's not saying that person's a bad person. It just means that maybe you just don't jive with them. And that's okay. We don't have to jive with everybody. I'm a very outgoing, I feel like I get along with most everybody. There's not too many people that I just dislike, but there are a few that just really rub me the wrong way. And it's nothing about them and it's nothing about me. I have learned that. There's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with me. It just means that we just energetically don't jive. And that's okay. When you understand the concept of all of this, you learn to understand that's okay. That's just the way it is. And you're not going to be that way. I have very few people that I'm that way about. But when I have that feeling, it's a very strong, it's almost like a wall feeling. And so you just learn being more meditative, being more reflective and focused on conscious thoughts. So it's made me be more conscious in my everyday living. I'm more, like this morning, for an example, there was 2 raccoons in the street and they were so funny. And I was very conscious about the raccoons, and where normally you'd see a raccoon, okay, well, you just keep on going and it's 5 o'clock in the morning, you just got to get to work and whatever. But I noticed I noticed there was 2 of them. I noticed what they were doing. I noticed that they went different directions. I know, so that's what I'm saying. You're very conscious about what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're feeling, what you feel in your gut. It just fine tunes all of your senses. It really does fine tune them. So that being said, when we talk about meditation, it's nice to have, well, I tell you what, let's go here first before I talk about intention. We're going to talk about intention. I want to hit on something because I feel like it's important, and I've hit on it before, and there's a couple people that are going to think I'm pointing the finger at you, and I am, but I'm also pointing the finger at other people. There's so many people that are in this mindset that meditation is scary, that I don't want bad things. I don't want to feel bad things. I don't want to feel anxious. I don't want, they just feel, and I've had more than one. So it's not just one person. This is a lot of people think this, but they feel like if they already have some anxiety, that it's going to create more anxiety because it's going to bring up things, or it's going to bring up that anxiety, or it's going to bring up an emotion that's going to cause them to be more anxious or something like that. So I want you to understand that's not true. If anything, it is going to help your anxiety. it is going to help you be more centered and focused and joyful in your life. It's not going to do that. It's not going to make it worse, I can tell you that. It is not going to make it worse. I just truly feel that it's not going to make it worse. And I'm going to say this, that yes, meditation is a way to spiritually connect. Like I said, we slow the mind. We give ourselves time to hear, feel, whatever, what God wants us to know. We've got to take the time to slow down and listen and stop and be able to feel and do. So it will help you be more connected with spirit. It will help you be more connected with your body. But that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be in that state. And God's not going to make anything bad come from that. That's not a bad thing. So to think that and I'm not saying that maybe memories don't come up or things that maybe are hurtful at some point, but I'm going to tell you this as well. God is not going to allow anything to come to you in a conscious state where you're able to consciously understand it and deal with it unless you are ready. If you are ready to handle that revelation, whatever it is that he feels like you need to deal with, maybe that might be causing you to have some anxiety or whatever, he's going to do it in a manner that you are able to understand and handle and cope with, and that it's not going to be this, thing. It's really not. And I just advise people to try it. If you will ever truly and one of the points is to release control. A lot of people do meditation, but they want to continue to be in control. When you truly, truly practice meditation, you are not in control. I say that. You are in control. You know what's going on. You can bring yourself out of meditation. You can go into you can come in and out. You know what's going on. But you are relinquishing your control to allow whatever to come to you that you need to know. Feeling, hearing, seeing, whatever. You're relinquishing your control, that you've got to be in control of your mind and your thoughts, and you got to keep everything really structured and strict. And that's where a lot of anxiety comes from, because you're a control freak and you got to be in control of everything, and you can't feel that, you can't do that, you can't deal with that, I can't go there, I'm not doing it. That's the whole point, is that you are relinquishing control of those things, and you're saying, I trust and believe that whatever you bring to me, I'm ready for. And it's going to be in a way that's going to be helpful to me, that's going to assist me, because you love me and you want me to be well. And so I'm open to that. I'm open and receptive to that energy. That's the whole point. And once you start doing that, it will open up a whole world to you. A whole world. And I just firmly believe that this is my message that God wants me to send, because it has helped me so much. And people that I work with personally, it's helping them so much. And they didn't even realize, they were like, I just didn't even understand, how much joy and peace and relaxation this can bring. And, but once you start doing it, you understand. So give it a try. I promise you, it is not going to be some experience that's going to cause you any kind of anxiety. It should cause you to be more. Now, are you going to be in control of it and try to do all of that, and maybe that will cause you anxiety? Well, possibly, because you're
I'm not
still
sure
in
I
control.
understand.
My computer does that all the time. So, we want to relinquish. We want to relinquish our control, and that's something that we do first thing in meditation. Is you always, in my opinion, should speak and say, intentionally, our intentions, put out there that I'm receptive to whatever you have for me to know, hear, feel, understand. I'm receptive to that. I understand there's things that I need to maybe deal with. Do I need to be more relaxed? Do I need to get rid of this anxiety? Are there things that I need to understand in my life? Do I need to do things differently? Maybe. But I'm opening myself up. I'm asking for that intercession from you, God, Spirit, your guides, whoever is of you, that you feel that I need in my life that can help me. I'm asking for that help. I'm asking you. If you do not give that permission, your free will, you can do what you want. God's not going to force you to do anything. He's not going to force you to listen to him. He's not going to force you to stop and slow down and be receptive to what he has to say. You have to set the intention that you're going to allow him, his spirits, who he has to come and speak, let you know intuitively, however, feel a feeling. That's what I'm saying. This is not ooey stuff. It's just, we all know we have gut feelings. We have just, we have all these things, and we understand that, God gives us that. And so this is just an opportunity to invite that in and be able to be at a place of calm and quiet and centered and consciously be listening for it, thinking about it. Like I said, them little raccoons this morning, I just laughed. I got so tickled, and I thought it was just so funny. And they were just running back and forth, and they didn't know which way they wanted to go. And they just kind of stood up on their heel, on their back feet. And that's what I'm saying. It's like you just take in, and it's like, well, what are they supposed to mean? They have a meaning to me today? Maybe it was just to make me laugh. Maybe it was just to whatever. But you start thinking about things a little bit differently, and your mindset just changes because you're consciously thinking about everything that happens in your day. You're very mindful about what goes on, because most of the time in our day we are not mindful. We are very sporadic, and our thoughts are just going, and we have no idea, we have no control over them. They're our bad little inner child. So that's why we want to get that inner child in control, and we want to be more intentional. So setting that intention before we go into meditation is really important. And then other intentions. What do you want to get out of that meditation? Do you want to have more joy in your life? Do you want to, whatever. What is your intention? Do you want to find true love? Do you want to find that job that really fulfills you and makes you feel good about going to work every day? I don't know. Whatever that is for you. Do you want to find love? Do you want to love yourself? Do you want to, really want to love yourself? And there's so many different intentions that you can set. Do you want to be more relaxed, be more calm in your mind? Things like that. Those are intentions. So every meditation can have a different intention. But I feel like the best intentions when you first get started are about relaxing, learning to relax, because so many of us do not know how to relax. We don't. So, it's we don't sleep well. We don't rest when we do sleep. So really, like last night, I had to be at work. I had to be up at 3:30 this morning to be at work. And I know if I do not get in the bed by 8 o'clock, I'm going to be horrible the next day. I'm going to be tired. So I really try to get in the bed. Well, on Tuesday mornings, I don't have to wake up early because it's not a work day for me. It's not a day I have to be here early. So I usually sleep later. I don't get up at 3:30. So on Tuesday night, sometimes it's harder for me to go to sleep because I'm a little bit more rested. But last night, I was feeling a little tired, but I wasn't really sleepy. So I just kind of was just laying there meditatively. It was quiet. And I just really just went and really started meditating, being more mindful on and just being quiet and still. And I went right to sleep. And I slept very well, slept very sound all night. I didn't dream, I didn't do all that. And so that's what I'm saying. It can help you in a lot of different ways. If you're really tired, just really being, a lot of us go to electronics, so we go to Facebook, we go to all of that stuff when we can't sleep. And really what you should do is cut all of that stuff off. Get in a dark room and just really get very centered. Try to quiet those random, crazy inner child thoughts and just get very centered and quiet and thoughtful about really being what you want your mind to think about. So if you want your mind to be at rest, if you want to go to sleep, you're setting the intention that I really need to go to sleep. But you're not doing it in a way that's crazy, like, you're laying there going, I really need to go to sleep, I really need to go to sleep, I gotta get up early in the morning. This is rest. Peace. You're saying things to yourself that are calming to the mind, that are very slow to the mind. Because when you want to rest, you need to get your mind calm. You need to get those waves down here, not way up here. So it's about breathe, listening to your breath. It's a lot, meditation's a lot about breath. We're going to talk about that. Really slowing down those waves, those brain waves, getting them down here, really slowing them down, being and really centering on a word, which is relax, be still, whatever that word is. But if you really need to go to sleep and you're really trying to calm down, or saying you're having a panic attack, or you're feeling really anxious that day, same thing, getting at a place of bringing that energy down, getting at a place of calmer, close the eyes, be very still, really center your thoughts in on calm, peace, relax. All of those things they stop. Anxiety is your mind going 100 miles an hour. Your mind's out of control. It's that bad little kid who's really throwing a temper tantrum. And you need to calm him down. And that's what you do. You stop him and you get centered and you really, really get mindful on what you want your mind to think. Really what you want your mind to think. So you're being very conscious, you're being very mindful as to what you're telling your mind to think. Instead of all of the crazy, I'm getting out of control, my heart's starting to pound, da da da. I've had anxiety. I understand exactly what it is. I've had it with the best of them. I've been there, done that. I know exactly what it's about. And it is just out of control thoughts. So learning to really bring that mind in, really being thoughtful, mindful, conscious about what you want it to think. Okay? So we're setting a lot of intentions in these sessions, or if you just need to stop during the day and you're feeling really stressed, you're at work, you can do it at your desk. I do it all the time. Just take a minute and just breathe deep, in, out. Take a second, focus on a word, get really relaxed, just be thoughtful. You'll feel yourself just kind of zone in and stay there for a couple of minutes. It doesn't take long. And you'll be shocked at how much that will help you. It will help you finish your day, do it on your way home. It'll help you when you get to your family. Your kids are crazy and they're wanting dinner and you need to hurry up and you need to do this and you gotta get homework. Take that little drive home, even if it's just across town, just take that little bit of drive home and just center yourself and get centered and ready for the day. It'll make such a difference, such a difference. So I think we talked about a lot of things, releasing control, letting go of that will, allowing yourself to open up, we set intentions. We talked about conscious, unconscious thoughts, being very mindful. Breath is very important. Breath work and chakra work. We have chakras that are energy centers in our body. And this video is getting kind of long, so I'll do another video about breath and chakra, your energy in your body. Because when we start going into doing the meditations, I'll do some guided meditations, and so it will guide you. I'll be talking, your eyes will be closed, you'll be sitting there centered, quiet. I'll be talking you through it. I'll talk about breath. So in the next video, we'll talk about how to breathe. It's a specific type of breathing. You'll be able to hear your breath. That is meditative in itself. We'll talk about some music that you can play, and I'll play when we're doing the meditation, that might help a little bit, just to be able, in the beginning. Now, I don't like anything. I like it to be quiet. But once you get good at it, you'll go there. But until you get good at it, it can help bring you back your thoughts when you're trying to meditate and what do I need to cook for dinner, or whatever. Your mind, you have to train your mind to stop doing that. And the more you do meditation, it's just a practice. The more you practice at something, the better you get at it. So the more you practice, the more you'll be able to slow your mind and your thoughts down. It will get so much easier, but it takes practice. So every day, you really need to be taking some time, a couple of times a day, just even if it's 5-10 minutes, drive home, whatever. You'll get so much better. But we'll talk about breath, we'll talk about the music, and we'll talk about the chakras. We'll talk about those energy centers and opening them and closing them. We'll talk about what that means and what it means when they get blocked. So when they're shut, whatever, how that can affect the body. And so we'll go over all of that. So that'll be the next video. And then we'll start meditation. So next week, we're going to work on, our goal is, and y'all keep me accountable, is to start the meditations. So we're going to start kind of slow. So we're not going to do really long meditations. So when we do hit here at the gym, my class is fixing to start really soon. So it will be like, usually we go into meditation for about 30 minutes. So I guide them, and then they're getting to at a point where I can kind of be quiet for a little while, and then I'll come back in and talk to them a little bit, and then they'll go, and I'll be quiet. So we're kind of going in and out, but they're getting about 30 minutes of meditation in the class now. But we won't start that long right now for y'all. So we'll start maybe, we'll do something maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15, just to get you used to it. I'll kind of guide you through it, and then just start doing it. Just start closing your eyes and thinking about it, and really working on getting that mind centered. And I think it'll help, as long as you relinquish that will and you allow yourself to be able to go there. You should have great results with it. I mean, if nothing else, just being more peaceful and joyful and happy in your life. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and if it means something to you, let me know, and let me know that you like it, and be looking for the next video. I'll try to do that next video Thursday. I've got to go into Memphis and do some things. I got some appointments, so I might do it while I'm driving. And let me put this out there. If I'm driving, it's because I have my phone in a cradle on my window. Both of my hands are free, and it's like me talking to a passenger in the car. I'm very aware of what's going on around me. I'm driving very safely. I set my cruise control, so nobody has to be alarmed that Dee's not paying attention while she's driving, because I get that a lot. So I'm a very good driver. I do okay. So anyway, so maybe that'll happen on Thursday. I think we'll set a goal for Thursday to finish this. That way next week we can start working on some of the guided meditations, and we'll see what y'all think. So I will talk to you the end of the week. See you later. Bye.